Alright, day 71. I have less than a month to go. This is crazy. Um, Today is, I think, one of my first predominant, action pages. I don't believe I've had many of these so far. So I also didn't have to do a whole bunch of text to this page either, though I still didn't do the text until after I finished the page. I actually had to add text to it and add shooting effects to the second panel. I don't know how I forgot that as I was recording the video, so I had to do it a second time. I guess that finished page, I could pull that up right now, would be this. So this is the eventual finished product without the text. I actually has that. I have it shut off right now. But this would be the page. I actually went to click on something on the video. I kind of can't do that. I'm sitting here thinking like that's a layer or something for me to be able to click on. That was crazy. But so I'm already gonna say the background of this environment is already starting to get taxing already, because I just want to go in and start painting the characters and putting the picture together, and there's so many little nuances of the background that I'm having to put into some of these panels, but I'm already figuring out ways to shortcut it. So this one was a little more difficult though, because there's no text, so the majority of that one is going to be shown in that panel. There's not as much as I had to do. I could shortcut and get away with stuff in the one to the left over here, but in this page I was working on today, I couldn't do that in panel 1. I guess I've also now created a habit that I'm going to do the wood on the floors in every panel too, because I did it in both panels 2 and 3 here. So let's skip along here to when we get to the actual shading. Oh, and because it was so small, I did all the detail in on Raekwon later, as opposed to doing it in on my line art like normal. So yeah, those are the details there. And then I did all of that and ended up darkening it in so that the actual firing of the little blast that Jupiter does, the actual firing could be brighter and more impactful. I darkened the background anyway, so I did a lot of this for no reason. Some of the details don't even pop up anyways, and that was me trying to shortcut it. So lesson learned there. I need to do even less the next time. Which this another reason why you do this, you learn how to get more efficient over time, I guess. So finish shading in the rest of Jupiter there. Pretty much had to do the same thing with Jupiter at the bottom. It's just from a different angle. A different angle, because he's firing more down at the bottom. So block all of that in. Like I said, it's simple enough. I don't know what that weird triangle was about. And it was more shading in of Raekwon. Not as extensive as I would normally do, just because he's so far away, it doesn't really matter. You're not going to see that much detail anyways. So I was able to get away with doing a little less with Raekwon there, that I normally wouldn't be able to actually pull off. So yeah, there's more shading down on him ducking. By the way, don't ask me what he's actually doing. I just intentionally drew just weird poses to have him getting out of the way of the attack. Like this pose. I don't know what this is. But I just wanted him to have 3 outlandish poses to dodge the attacks to take up the space in the panel, and that's what I came up with. I don't know why he's doing this stuff, but whatever. Like I think dodging a gunshot this one right here is probably not really effective, but it just looks funny to me. I always say the less serious that I can take stuff in Infinite Uppercut, the funner it is to work on. So after this, I use the blur tool to actually show Raekwon in motion a bit. I did that to all three of these. I probably could have did this a lot quicker if I just selected the colors and just created blurs that way. But I didn't feel like going back and forth with the different selection tools, even on keyboard, so I just grabbed the actual coloring of Raekwon itself and just blurred that. And erased what I needed to. Got rid of the middleman. I had to look back here and remember what color Jupiter's Blast was. It had been so long since he had actually done anything in battle. So then I worked on making the blast up top. Now that I look at this a second time, I may be able to darken the background just a tad bit more. I just don't want to lose the rest of the detail. I don't want all that work I did to be in vain in the background of the top panel, but it might not be helped. And then more shading and of the fire down at the bottom. And there we are. And like I said, I had to go back and do some more in on Raekwon in the center panel just to show more shots fired. And I also wanted more effects for whatever reason in the panel. May have gotten a little overboard, but that's what I had in mind when I envisioned the page. So that's what I have, and I have the text added in. As I said before, I just had those shut off right now so you can see the artwork. So yeah, that's it. That's day 71. So I have 29 more days left of this challenge. And I believe I have like probably like a good 15 more pages, maybe even less, chapter 5. So we'll see how the next couple of days go. Not less. Should have about 2 more weeks left. So it's getting exciting. I might be able to knock out the second chapter in this challenge so far. So we'll see. In any event, let me know what you think of the page. And zoom in so you at least see some more. But let me know what you think of the page. Any feedback will be appreciated. And also like and subscribe if you haven't. And you all have a good one. And I'm out.